We are here to take care of ourselves.
Yeah,
It's not our
absolutely.
partner's responsibility to become our Prince Charming or perfect little princess in every way we want them to be, which is how we treat our partners.
Yeah.
Change this, don't do this, I hate this, don't be this. Basically, conform to the Barbie that I want you to be, and then I'll love you, which is completely conditional and completely manipulative. It's
Yeah.
not love. Love is, damn, this is hard. I have a hard time accepting you as you are. Damn, that's ugly. What am I going to do with it?
Hmm.
My husband was a hoarder. I like to call him like a collector, but he was a hoarder. Not gross, but like 300 t-shirts. And it was a challenge for most of our marriage. And I knew it before I married him. Stupidly, I thought, I'll marry him. We'll clean up the house. I'll keep everything organized. It won't be a problem. It was. I'd be hurt. I'd be frustrated. I'd be mad. I'd be resentful. And one day, God slapped me on the side of my head and he said, Ted doesn't have a problem being a hoarder. And I went, what? And God said, Ted doesn't have a problem being a hoarder. And I went, oh my God, it's me. And I was married. I had said, I do. So I went to him and I said, I owe you the biggest apology. And he said, for what? And I said, I 100% don't accept you. And I beat you up. And I don't want you to be a hoarder. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Because I'm not okay living in like a house that's a hoarder house. But I got to figure this out. And we figured some stuff out. He was a hoarder to the day he died, took out 3 bags of trash from his car the day he died. But there were like his office, his car, his drawers, the garage. Those were like his areas to collect. And the rest of the house wasn't. But I was the problem because I had said, I accept you.
Ooh.
And I hadn't. So I had a really big decision to make. Do I not accept you and leave this marriage because I refuse to be with someone who is as they are? Or do I learn to accept you as you are and try to figure out how to do it? It was hard.
Wow.
It was hard.
Wow.
But I'm really glad I learned that because it just showed me you get to be however you get to be. That's your choice. And then I choose, do I want to be in relationship with you? We
That's
flip
the
it.
thing.
Flip it. You be the way I want you to be, and then I'll be in relationship with you. It's the opposite because then there's no fight. I
Yeah.
dated the guy for 8 months, and when I ended it because he just wasn't going to be my guy, he said, but we've never fought. And I said, yeah, I hardly ever do. And he said, how can a relationship end where we never fought? And I said, because I'm okay with you being who you are. And I've made requests and they weren't important to you or weren't part of like who you wanted to be. And he said, right. And I said, so we're just not right for each other. I don't have to be angry with you that you're you. You're beautiful. You're just not the right guy for me. And he looked at me and he was like, what? I'm like, well, that's what love is. But this, what we have, this doesn't work for me because there's other things that I want that aren't important to you. It's unfortunate,
Yeah.
sad, but I want that. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna stay without what
Yeah.
I really want.
Absolutely. The what you're explaining right now totally describes the relationship I just left a few months ago. Same exact scenario. Like anyone that saw us, anyone that knew us was like, you are the couple to be.
Mm.
Like so loving, so caring. Though nothing even happened. But exactly what you're saying. There were things about him that I could not fucking stand.
And that's
Not
you.
like cheating, not like anything that, but just like, I'm not the girl.
Yeah, and that's what I kept saying. Like,
And I
I
think
don't wanna live
people
life the
don't,
way you live life.
yeah, people don't do that though.
Yeah.
And then they end up staying in these relationships that are not serving them.
One of my dearest friends said to me
I
after she
love
was in a
this.
relationship for years, she said, What would you have done into a year or 2 of dating Ted if he shared he didn't want kids?" I said, "A year or 2 in?" And she said, "Yeah, what would you have done?" And I said, "We wouldn't have gone on a second date." Someone who really wanted kids. She met this wonderful man who already had a child, 100% didn't want kids. She was in the relationship for a long time. They fell madly in love. They wanted to be together. He didn't want kids, and she was aching because she had to give up this huge dream that she had, and she chose to. But I remember thinking that was so important to me that I wouldn't even have stepped in.
Totally.
Now, I wouldn't have a relationship like she had with this man who was phenomenal, but for me, that wouldn't be what I wanted. So there's the place of really love conversation, communication, love letter with yourself. This is what's important to me.
Mhm.
And so I'm gonna let myself cultivate that with someone who also wants that.
Wow.
And if you, beautiful person, don't, then I need to honor you in being who you want to be.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not gonna put you down. That's your choice. You wanna be vegan? Be vegan. You wanna have a dog? Have a dog. You know, you wanna travel once a week? Travel. Like, this is our life. We get to have the choice of, in a lot of ways, how do you utilize the life that you have and the options that you have? But
Yeah.
there's the place of so does everyone else.
Absolutely.
So to me, I'm looking for someone who wants to walk their walk side by side,
Yeah.
and when we have parts that we need to veer, we veer, and I say, "I can't wait to see you soon again."
Yeah.
But not, "You must change for me," because if you loved me, you would be the way I want you. Think about that. If you loved me, you would be the way I want you to be. Flip side, you don't get to really love yourself and your life in the way that you are. Your obligation is to do your life in the way that I want you to, so it works better for me. It
Wow.
won't work. And that's why we have so many infidelities and divorces because we're not learning. So here's this at some point will be something that I write about.